Okay, so today I have my November wrap up. Before I start, I just want to say I think I saw a couple other YouTubers shout out this podcast too. I'm obsessed with podcasts. I don't know, my podcast and book problem might be like very, very on par. I love podcasts. I'm addicted. Any waking moment basically that I'm doing anything that involves not speaking to human beings, I'm listening to podcasts. I don't listen to music anymore. Um, and there's this new podcast. Well, episode 9 just happened, but it's called Serial, and it basically follows the story of this. Well, he was a boy at the time named Adnan who was convicted of murdering his girlfriend named Hay in 1999. And right now, I guess some of his friends or something hired this journalist to kind of look into the story because there's a lot of like holes. So each episode, it's a serial, so you need to listen to them in order, but they go through and kind of like not unravel, but like, tell you this story of this crime and like all the evidence that has happened, and each one has different, like a different area that it focuses on, kind of, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm only on episode 7. I listen to a lot of daily podcasts, so I try to keep up with that, like my news podcasts and stuff, so I'm not quite caught up with it, but I hope to be by the end of this weekend. It's incredible. Okay, and so I also want to say that I filmed unboxing of Riot Read, the quarterly Riot Read unboxing, and I was going to post it, and then I saw that Rincey over at Rincey Reads posted one, and I feel like if you're subscribed to me or watching my video, you probably know who she is and are subscribed to her, so there's no point in me posting it, so I'm not going to do that. Oh my gosh, my face itches, but I'll probably still do like the indispensable one when I get it. So anyways, on to the books. I cheated. The reason that I am doing this today is because I really wanted to finish the last book that I was reading, The Lowland, because I consider it to be a November read for me. So I finished it yesterday, which is technically December 2nd, but I don't feel bad about it. I finished it. I really, really liked it, but I'll get to that in a second. So the first book that I read this month was Agatha Christie's So Many Steps to Death. This follows the story. I don't think it has Poirot or whatever his name is. Let's see. Yeah, it's Jessup is the name of the detective guy, and it basically takes place in the time when we were like all afraid of communists a lot, I guess, and so all these scientists are disappearing, and this investigator believes that they're kind of joining like the Communist Party, or like they're abandoning their country. So he gets this woman who's this redhead right here to pretend to be the one, like one of the scientists who's just disappeared from America, pretends to be his wife so that she can kind of like get her way in, and so, it just follows that. It's not really like a murder mystery because he's disappeared. You still like want to find out what happened, but it's not like a classic Agatha Christie in that there's a murder in the first couple pages or before the book even starts and you want to find out who killed whom. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I forget, maybe I should look up how many stars. I believe I gave this 4 out of 5. Looking back on it, I feel like it's more a 3.5. I really liked it, but it wasn't like the best Agatha Christie I've read. She is, amazing. Yeah, I gave it 4 on Goodreads, but I might have to change that to a 3. Okay, and then the next book that I read was Gone Girl by Gillian, I don't know, Flynn. Everyone has, this, I feel like I'm late to the party, basically. I feel like this book was really popular during the summer, maybe. I, again, listened to a lot of podcasts, and so I was a little spoiled on what happened to the girl. Oh, just in case, for some reason, you've been living on a different planet. The story follows the story of, I don't know what their names are, a married couple, and the wife goes missing, and everyone thinks kind of that the husband did it. Well, not at first, but that's basically what it is trying to prove his innocence. And it goes back and forth between him, current day, and then her in like her journal from when they first met. That's how the book starts. And so I knew kind of what it was leading up to because I knew what happened to her, which was a little annoying. I feel like it would have been better to not know that, but you know, what you gonna do? They need to like say spoiler alert at the beginning of it. They did not say that. They just assumed it was slate culture, I'm pretty sure, or slate double. It's one of the slate ladies. Totally spoiled what happens to her, but it's cool. I gave this also a 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really liked this, and I'm very interested in reading. I'm annoyed because you can see the computer screen. I'm interested in reading her other books. I'm not buying any books right now just because Christmas is around the corner, and I don't want to, just in case. But I'm very interested in reading her other novels as well. And then the third book that I read is After the Quake by Haruki Murakami. This was so good. I love him. It's 6 stories, and I probably should have realized because it's called After the Quake that it had something to do with an earthquake. I read the first story, and it involves the Kobe earthquake in 1995, and then the second story also involved the Kobe earthquake. And I was like, this is weird. Why are there so many earthquakes? Because all of the stories they don't have to do with the earthquake, but they're all around people that were somehow involved or like knew about. They mention it in every single story. And I honestly, there's something about him that is just like magical and makes me just feel really, really good when I read him. Every single story felt like the beginning of a novel, but not in a bad way. Like it made me want to know more of the stories of each of the stories, but it also kind of left it open-ended, so I'm able to, project my will and my want onto the characters. So I thought that, I don't know, it's seriously, he's magical. I'm like getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Most of these were good. I think only one of them I would consider a 3, and then I think 4 of them I thought most of them were like 5 stars, basically. I think I ended up giving this a 4 just because there was like one that, I enjoyed all of them, but just one that wasn't like, boom, that 5-star feeling. My favorite one was the last one called Honey Pie. It's so good. I'm not even going to describe it. You need to go buy this book, and then you can find out. It's super tiny. It's quick and easy and glorious. And then the 4th book that I read was actually an audiobook, and I listened to Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. Audiobooks, they're not for me. I gave this 3 out of 5. I assume that it is absolutely amazing, but I just don't remember a single thing. I remember her scar was mentioned in the beginning, and only because it was reinforced by like someone else reminding me that happened. I know it talks about like 30 Rock and SNL. I just can't remember what happened. There's something about, which is funny because I listen to podcasts, but when you listen to podcasts, it's kind of like you're part of a conversation and people are engaged in conversation, and in your mind, you're kind of also engaged in the conversation. But when it's one person reading to me, I know I laughed while I listened to it. I know I enjoyed it while I listened to it, but I just have no recollection of it. So I had to give it a 3. I'm going to probably actually get Yes Please then and read it, and then get Bossy Pants and read that. I've been told that Bossy Pants is significantly better than Yes Please by podcast people again. I feel like in the booktube community, everyone loves Yes Please, so I'm not as worried about it because I feel like, people who are part of podcasts, they, I don't know. You know what I mean. And then the last book that I read was The Lowland by June Lahiri. I finally finished. I'm so happy. Oh, this is great. This is my first June Lahiri book, novel, whatever you want to call it. It's basically like an epic family saga type deal. It follows 2 brothers, Subhash, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct, and Udayan. It mostly follows Subhash, throughout the book, kind of. It does go back and forth. It's written in 3rd-person narrative, but it kind of, each chapter focuses on a different character, if that makes sense, and a majority of the chapters focus on him. I would consider this to be, to me, he was the main character of this book, and then every other person kind of was just how they related to him for the most part. So I thought this was great. I thought it was amazing. I don't know. I've never read anything else by her. She is a great author. I'm a fan of well-written books. So, you know, all these other things that people tend to complain about, like character development and plot and whatever, I just I don't not care, but if it's well written, that's why I like Murakami so much. He's like such a magical writer, and she like also it's just the words are like butter, you know, but like the nice kind that's been out of the fridge for a while. That I don't know where that was going. It's just amazing. I really recommend it. So I'm stoked. So I read 4 books. Granted, 2 of them were pretty tiny. You can't even see the red over here. So I read 4 books this month, and then I listened to 1 audiobook, which is the best that I've done all year. This whole year I've been reading one book a month. I think I read 3 books last month, and that was like amazing. So I'm glad that BookTube is getting me to read more because, you know, it's amazing, and I should be doing it more often. I get too involved in my Netflix, you know, too involved. So yeah, that was everything. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions or anything, if you have thoughts on these books, if you totally disagree with me, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to discuss further with you. I hope you're having a great day or evening. Sorry, I feel like my head's not in the shot, but what else? Bye!